Hello everyone, this is Mike from MT Paranormal Life. This video is going to be unlike any other video. This is a direct rebuttal to claims of hoaxing that was done by Trapper during the video Bigfoot at the Swamp, Strange Things in Here on the Unknown Outdoors channel on YouTube. I'm going to be attacking this video unfiltered, and I'm going to offend some people. And if I offend you, good, because you fucking deserve it. Before I get started, I want to share one of the most motivational clips I have ever seen, and it will tie into this video also.
If you want to be great, you want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's a trip.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of people. It is. But if you want to go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you do, you've arrived.
So, is David Goggins right? The sign of true greatness? People do not like you, don't understand you, and question everything you can do? It would seem so. The people that believe Trapper hoaxed the video, they believe he threw a rock that hit a tree, and they're making that assumption based off what they think happened during certain clips. What I'm going to do is show you perspectives and give you information that you may have missed that will show it was impossible for Trapper to throw the rock that hit a tree during the video. I'm going to start by showing you the part of the video that some are saying was hoaxed. The people that say this is a hoax say that this next part coming up when Trapper kneels down is where he picks up a rock. Trapper told me he felt something on his leg and he bent down to brush it off. To play devil's advocate, I'm going to pursue this as if what the hoaxers believe is true and Trapper just picked up the rock in his right hand with his flashlight that's in his right hand also, as you can see it moving back and forth. So now he has a flashlight and the big rock in the same hand, according to the people who believe this is a hoax, along with his camera in his left hand on the stick.
I'm up here to check and see if somebody's messing with us, and I don't see nothing. So, two explanations.
Just a couple things I want you to pay attention to before I get into more specific detail. I want you to keep an eye on Trapper's flashlight, which is in his right hand and which has a big rock according to the hoax believers. You'll see his flashlight that's in his right hand swaying independently of the camera that verifies it's in his right hand and the camera's in his left. Pay very close attention to the light beam from his flashlight as it moves all the way up to the point when they say he throws the rock and Trapper flinches. This is a very important key moment. Keep a very close eye on that flashlight beam from his right hand, which you'll be able to see clearly. That flinch is where the people that believe it's a hoax say that he threw the rock. I asked Trapper about the flinch. He said something landed on his neck and it made him jump. I'm going to show that clip again in slow motion, and I want to point out some things. This is just some early perspective before I get into more specific detail. But keep an eye on Trapper's right hand with the flashlight. And as you can see, the flashlight is moving back and forth independently from the camera, which shows it's still in his right hand. If you notice, the flashlight beam from his right hand is still facing forward and is moving slightly left when he flinches. It's not flinging backwards as if he threw something. The reason why I say backwards is the tree that gets hit by the rock is now 180 degrees directly behind Trapper at the point of the flinch. So if Trapper threw the rock, he would have had to have thrown it directly behind him, and his flashlight would have definitely moved backwards. And just for some more early perspective, if you have any doubts, when Trapper does turn back towards the tree that gets hit by the rock, watch how far he turns and you'll see it is 180 degrees straight back to the tree.
Through that glow stick.
I don't know what that was.
Was that a rock that just hit the tree by you?
What?
I don't know. No.
Something
I have my
like it just hit the tree over here by Trapper. Maybe a rock?
I have my camera rolling.
No, I just thought I seen the glow stick running up through the forest here.
It came.
And I have my camera rolling when that rock hit the tree. Because I see the rock right here. Alright, everybody.
Okay, so according to the hoaxers, what you had just seen was Trapper with that big rock in his right hand, along with his flashlight, just threw that rock 180 degrees directly behind him without lifting his flashlight up. That's what the hoax was, according to some. Are red flags going off in everybody else's head too? Because I'm just getting started showing evidence to fucking bury the bullshit claims that this is a hoax. I told you, it's going unfiltered today, and that's what you're going to get from me.
It's a rock. That was just thrown. It hit this tree.
Okay, let's get into it. What I'm going to show you is just a short clip from my camera that same night when the rock hit the tree.
From MT Paranormal.
What I'm showing you here, in Trapper's left hand, he's holding a stick with a camera on it. This will come into play during this entire thing. It's very important.
Paranormal.
What's up? Okay, freeze. Right here. This will also come into play later. If you notice, in Trapper's right hand, he has his flashlight. What I'm doing here is reenacting Trapper's movements based on his video from the location where he was at. I'm doing this so I can place myself exactly where he was at so I can get a measurement to the tree where the rock was hit. This is going to be used for some more information to put the total picture in perspective. I have just identified and turned myself to the final spot where Trapper was facing just as he flinched, which is where they say he threw the rock. And as you can tell from my position, the tree that got hit is the one that is directly behind me, just behind my shoulder holding the camera. Okay, so I'm giving you some more perspective here. Okay, everyone, I apologize. I have definitely used the word perspective way too many times regarding this accused hoax incident by Trapper. And what I'm trying to show here is just the distance to the tree at this point where Trapper's standing when you see him flinch and you hear the rock hit the tree. Just showing this clip so you can see the tree references to show that this lines up with his position from the video. So the point he's standing at is right here, and I have it marked with a stick right here, just stuck in the ground. This is going to be my measuring point. And it's going to be to the tree of impact, which was right here. So I'm going to measure from the stick to the tree, just for more perspective. This is only a 12-foot, this measuring tape is only a 12-foot tape. So I'm going to set the 12-foot line right at the stick and pull this as far as I can. It definitely is more than 12 feet. I'm just going to get it straight first towards the tree, and then I'll make sure it's adjusted right. So at that point, that's where 12 feet went to. Let's make sure we're still lined up here. 12 foot. There's the stick. 12 foot. Okay. So there's 12 feet. There's the tree. So it's more than 12 feet. So we're going to continue to see how far it went. Still holding the mark here. This isn't rocket science. gonna get as close as I can just for some perspective. There's the tree. Touching the tree to the mark, we got about 5 more feet. So we've got 17 feet. 17 feet is what I measured from the point here where Trapper was standing at the point where they say he threw the rock. There's the stick that I measured from. This is the perspective from the video at the point when he flinched. And the rock immediately hit the tree behind him. And I got 17 feet. Then the flashlight he had in his right hand weighs about 1.14 pounds.
No. Oop. Sorry.
Yeah, so now if they claim that from the same hand he was holding his flashlight, he picked up this rock, and now you're holding about 3 pounds, just over 3 pounds, 3.05 pounds in his right hand, which if you try to grab that together, good luck with that. Yeah. Now for some more perspective from the mark right here that's marked out. This is 17 feet from the tree. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to simulate the amount of force and the audible sound of the rock hitting the tree. At the time, Trapper heard the noise, walked back to the tree, and he found the rock, which is this rock. This is 5 inches by 3.5 by 3, just under 3 by 2 3/4. And it weighed 1.91 pounds. Now, whether or not you believe this is the rock, you can imagine whatever rock you want that he threw. What I'm showing is that all these factors, it was impossible to make a throw with any rock. But this rock I'm going to throw against the tree from the point he was at, and I don't have a camera in this hand, I'm just free throwing it, just for a sound comparison. 17 feet away, and I'm going to see how much force it takes to hit and make a sound with an impact that was similar to the video that night. Okay, so I hit the tree. Originally, when he came over and picked the rock up, it was right here by the grassy root. He picked it up from right here. It just ricocheted back and came back right to this point, which is maybe 1.5 to 2 feet short, but the angle is out wider. That was pretty good for a comparison for how hard the tree had to have been hit by this rock for it to make the sound and come back in a similar manner that night. So I'm going to do it again. Same spot, same marker, 17 feet from the tree. Free hand throw, just for sound comparison, you get an idea of how hard this rock, which is not small, this rock, how hard it would have to hit that tree to get a sound like that night, and see if we get a result off the ricochet to how far it came back. That was, I think, much better and almost exact. Okay, I hit the tree, the rock ricocheted back, it came back right to here, but it did run into this tree. And the distance is almost in line with the spot that he picked up the rock.
Through that glow stick.
So here's my conclusion. If you believe that this was a hoax, then you believe that Trapper, from this position, while holding a flashlight in his right hand, a camera in his left hand, in addition to the flashlight in his right hand, he was also holding the big ass rock that hit the tree. And then, without even a lifting motion of his hands, as seen by his flashlight beam, managed to make that big ass rock fly out of his hand 17 feet straight behind him, 180 degrees behind him, and impact the tree as hard as we heard it.
Through that close there.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, if he was able to make that impossible throw like that, remember, he also did it without even having to move his hands from out of in front of himself. Remember the flashlights? His right hand that he apparently threw that rock from, that went straight behind him 17 feet and smacked the tree, he did not even have to move his hands from out in front of himself. The rock just magically flew out of the same hand he was holding the flashlight. So if you believe that scenario, Trapper threw the rock and it was a hoax, then you're a fucking idiot. And if you're offended by that, it's because you're a fucking idiot. What really happened was what Trapper said. When he kneeled down, it was because he felt something on his foot and he brushed it off. When he flinched, it was because he's deathly scared of bloodsuckers and he had a mosquito on his neck. And to this desk jockey from the Short Ones YouTube channel that tried to pose this video as a hoax, check your fucking sources next time and make sure you're 100% sure you call something a hoax that is a real hoax. And I just showed you were wrong and it's not a hoax. And now you look like a fucking idiot. And to the person who sent this video out to pose it as a hoax, when you make attempts to discredit others like this, all you do is show how weak and scared you really are. Your ability to think clearly, and especially your attention to detail, are absolutely pathetic. Quit trying to bring drama to others and grow the f*** up. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna leave you the way I brought you in. David Goggins.
If you want to be great, you want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so f***ing obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's a trip.
It takes every second of your f***ing life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of f***ing people. It is. But if you want to f***ing go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you f***ing do, you've arrived.